Hello gang, and welcome back to Cinder's Cup. That's right, test number 3. And boy, not only is it hot here in Australia in the last days of winter and into spring, but it's heating up on the Transport Fever 2 Cinder's Cup test matches. That's for sure. The competition's getting closer, and this one's going to be no different. Let me tell you, the task we have today, I feel like it's going to be the flip of a coin on who can take this one out, and everyone's getting much better at the game and learning as we go, and it's game on basically. So today's test match is going to be faced right here, actually, where we're flying over right now at St Albans, which is where Ajax Post plays territory is. So it'll be nice to come down and see and actually play in his area. And I hope I don't want to stuff anything up for him, so we'll try and just be mindful of that as well. But let's have a little talk about the rules today. Pretty simple. Calabria has found some ore and coal mines that we have to deliver to a steel mill in St Albans, right? So we can only use their coal and ore mines they've found at us. Now, they've given us $30 million to do it with no loans available, much like the other ones, except now we've got 30 million. Starting date is the 1st of January 1900 to the 1st of January 1902 is when we pause. The winner will be deemed via the best score at the end, the best company score at the end, and we'll have a look at the company score before we start today, just so we know what we're dealing with. Boy, oh boy, it seems like an easy task, but let me tell you, there's a lot of little nuances that we have to go through to figure out, to make sure that we can try and get the best out of what we've got. So stay tuned, get ready, lock yourselves in for the Cinder's Cup test number 3. That's right, gang. Welcome back. Yes. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm probably more nervous about this test than I am about the previous two. And the previous two were kind of really hard. I think this one, because it's a little bit more simpler, means there's a lot more room for error and a lot more room for you to slide up or down the leaderboard table here, as it would say, the winners table at the end, depending on how good or how bad you go. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm really excited to see what everyone does, what their builds are for this and we'll get into it right now. We're just down here looking at some of this great detail here in St Albans, right? If anyone knows me, I love my detail, and I love busyness too. I love seeing just tracks, bridges, detail with all these coal buildings and refueling stations and stuff like that. And this is brilliant. I love it. I friggin' love all this. So I'm enjoying having a look at all of this busyness. I love it. More of it. All right. Pretty cool. We'll have a look at a little bit of that as we play anyway. Also, I've got my voice back. Hooray! I can talk normally. Okay, so let's have a look here. This is our steel mill, right? Let's actually just bring up this so we can get into the episode, right? We're just going to punch into it today because while it doesn't seem like a lot, we don't want to run the episode too long for everyone, I'm well aware. 1st of January 1900. We are on a quarter speed for our date, just FYI. Now, we can run the actual beta. I don't have the beta running at the moment, but I will be clicking over to the beta to probably use. I already have been using it in some of it, so I will be doing that at some point down the track. However, yeah, so we're running at a quarter speed when we do this to 1st of January 1902, okay? That's what we've got. We've got 2 years to get this done, in and dusted. What we're doing is, so the government has actually found, here they are. The government has actually found the Calabrian Coal Mine 2, Calabrian Coal Mine 1, the Calabrian Ore Mine 1, and the Calabrian Ore Mine 2, right? And these are the only ore places that we're allowed to use today. Now, the Calabrian government has also kindly given us a train station and a turnaround at the 2 number 1 stations up here to use. So that's really cool too. we're going to go something a little bit different. We're actually not going to use that. And I'll show you for good reason why very shortly. Stephen might call me gamifying again, or gamifying the episode. But basically, we have to get these coal and ore down into here, right? The person with the highest score at the end, company score, which is company score, let's make a note of it now, 295,175,040. Okay? That's where we're at with the company value. Let's please be above that by the end of this. All right, and that's it. $30 million to get this in. So we're going to have to build some track today. So what we're simply going to do now, we don't have any rules when it comes to 60s, and we can make adjustments to things. We can add stuff. We can do whatever we want. I'm going to be pulling straight from this mine here and this mine here, and I'm not going to be pulling from these two because why? Because they're furthest away. A couple of things you note when you're just feeding these. Now that there's no requirements for us to take the steel away either at the moment. There is no requirements. But a couple of things to note is that they will only take a capacity of 200 of each, so a total of 400 consumption before they start distributing. Once they start distributing, yes, they will require a lot more iron ore and coal. But early on stage, they'll only take a maximum of these. So that's what we have to be mindful of when we're utilizing these, and the amount of trains we're going to use, the size of the trains. So this is where the nuances get really fine, detailed. And if you make a blunder, it can cost you big time. Right, so we're going to go what we're going to do is we're allowed to come into here and use this and trucks and this sort of stuff. I'm going to avoid that. I'm putting my own station in. I'm putting my own station in, and we're going to punch that in right now. And I'm going to go 2 of these at. Am I going to use 320? It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot, but it also seems okay. Now, I know that's not talking to that. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I think I'm going to punch that in. That's expensive. 240 might be just as good. Is 240? 240 might be all right. And if I need more, I'll extend it. How does that sound? That sounds pretty good. All right. How are you going to do this? Quite simply, I'll show you right now. I'm going to punch that right there. Hopefully, I gave myself enough length. Also, we've got to remember to do weeding. Otherwise, we'll give Stephen a heart attack. We're going to shove that there. And what that's going to do is, we're going to put a road just down in here, give these guys a nice little, they've got a little driveway entrance over here. So I'm going to give them another little driveway entrance just here. In fact, I probably could just do it here, yeah? I'm going to build anyway. The only reason you can't build it is because of these fences. And now we've got a connection, right? So we've got a connection to there. That's fine. So our drop-off instantly avoids having to use vehicles straight up. So we've got that in. In fact, I don't like how that building is. I'm going to leave it for the moment. You know what? I'm even going to just weed this now just to say, hey, I'm weeding. And we just go ballast. Okay, that. And we go weed. And then I got to make sure I do the rest of the track when we do it so we don't give people a conniption. All right, so we're going to go simply from here. We're going to be going up here, up here, up here, up here, into here, straight up. We're going to use, you know what I was just thinking that I can't forget to use is that friggin' reverse. Not that we're going to need reverses. All our trains are just going to be running one direction today. What way do 4 trains roll? One direction. Shut up, idiot. 200, how do we feel about that? Pretty good. I'm also going to take a street connection. And we're going to go, hey, diddle diddle. I think you go that way. Da 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 da. Where's my street connection point? I think it's both sides. No, it's this side, right. Is that right? Street connection allowed, yes. Length, do I want it just a little bit lengthier? Maybe like 240. Keep them all 240 then. Okay, yeah, I want that about there. What we're going to do is we're just going to take this road and we're simply going to go, hey, like that. Right, a little dead-end street, nice along that building, and we've got connection, right? Beauty. So there's that one. We'll get these hooked up shortly with how I'm going to do it. It's a fairly, when you see this build, it's a fairly simple build. Now, I could go ahead and plug these in. I'm just not going to waste the money with building the track for it. There's no requirement that says I have to do it, have to connect them. If there is, I completely missed that text and, whoops. Is that... Is that all you're going to say, Ham? Whoops. Whoops. Right, that just gives me connection straight up because of the way we're plugged into that, so that's brilliant. Right, so there are two there, Collaborator or Iron Ore Mine. We can't take from any of the other resources around St Albans, by the way. That's one of the rules. We can't take from the Oakham one. We can't take from that one, right? So we can only use these four for what we're doing today. Okay, next. This is where I'm going to we're actually going to go off this height here before we head over to do that one. Noting, okay, so one really good rule to stick by, especially when you're using steam era trains, don't be using inclines that are like the highest incline. Don't be using declines that are the steepest decline. Keep your declines and your inclines in the first tier, right? Your slopes like that. That's you probably don't want to be going too much more than that. When you start to do that, the steam trains will struggle, and then you have to use more powerful steam trains, which cost more money. You're better off just taking a little bit more distance over a little bit longer line at a shallower incline or decline, and having a bit better of a train, and you'll get that's going 40 kilometers an hour up a hill, say, as opposed to 10. Is going to be much better for you in the long run. Right, actually, I'm going to be taking, we're going to go, here's the thing, I'm going to take that, I want to basically a bridge, I want to be about that height. I want to be at about that height, but maybe a little bit higher. So I'm going to come up one. How do I want to do this? I want you to be, you know what, I might just build it from here and we'll just see how we go. I'm just trying to be wary. Also, that's quite slow out of there. Do you want to just get me a little bit more length? It's good to just have that, like exactly what I was just talking about. Yeah, exactly what you were just talking about. Right, so I'll fix this road up shortly. We're also going to be using the steely bridges for this run. I'm just thinking, you know, maybe I will keep it at that height. I'm just going to hit build anyway here. It'll be just having a problem with this road, which when it comes to these roads and the test match, I don't want to spend too much time worrying about roads. So I'm just going to be doing what I can to reconnect them where I can in a civil manner, obviously. In a civil manner. Right, what was that, Em? Shut up. You said something about civil manner. Yeah, I didn't say put a friggin' bridge in, did I? Yeah, that's got that. Right, take that out, take that out. I don't want a whole episode to be on roads. There we go. That looks a little more civil. And that. And that's just a recipe for someone coming down the hill, losing control of their horse and buggy and going straight into the river. What was that about? Civil? Yeah, well, look, see, that looks like it makes sense. Okay, I still want things to look like they make sense. We are bringing our little steel bridge over here because we have hit that era. Well, we're using this bridge anyway, regardless. Wait, is that the bridge you want to be using? What speeds can you do over that, by the way? Good question, well asked. We're looking at a pretty good click over that, so we're okay. Now down here, we're probably going to do the same thing. So I'm going to take out this, that, and that. And I can put them back in very, very shortly. We're going to be coming down because this is a downhill run just here. So that's totally fine at that clickety-clack. Looks like we hit a bit of a flat section there. And we're starting to wend our way down here now as well. Now, you might be thinking this, why don't you just plug into that? This has actually been decommissioned. The story is that this old stone bridge and this tunnel are actually eroding and falling apart. We can't actually use those. So we're not actually using those. We're actually going to come down coming around the mountain when she comes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simply, a little bit different to my practice run, how we're doing this. I'm just going to see what it takes to plug straight into that for me. That's not too bad. If I just switch the bridge here, yeah, we don't even have a collision. It costs $1 million, but I'm okay with that. We get some nice expansive train action going over there. And that's basically our loop going in and out of there. Now, obviously, signaling is going to be the key today. When we do things, I was thinking that we would have a tunnel here or something, or a bridge, but I've actually gone lower than I did in my practice run. So what I'm actually going to do, if I can get the cost of this fairly cheap, this build, it's going to allow me to get a much better start than I previously had. I'm just going to try and tunnel this. There we go. I don't think you need a tunnel that big though, do you? Something like that. It's pretty good. Right. All right. Connection. Right. We've got a nice little tunnel there. I mean, it could be a bridge, to be honest. In the end, it probably could be a bridge, but it is what it is. All right. And then we're actually going to be double checking. Just hang on, because let's just get this single line down here first, and then we can worry about what we're doing the rest. Now, we're quite simply going to connect right to that, okay? That's quite steep rolling through there. So let's just have another bit of a look here. Try not to move the camera around too much for everyone. What's our angle of the dangle? We're looking at that. That's okay. It means that we probably could have swooped down here a little bit more. But look, if we have a longer low grade, it's going to allow for a much steadier incline run up the hill when we do it. Okay, let's just see what this is like when we put it in. Obviously, we can cheapen that up by bringing it just that way a touch, and we can run down that bankment a little bit more. So we can make it much cheaper by just changing the angle of the dangle a little bit and shortening that bridge, which is beautiful. We might get even a cheeky little bit of tunnel, which is brilliant, which we do. That's not a bad tunnel. I mean, it's a long tunnel, but it's not too bad. Right, I'm simply going to stop us there because we're going to now come from this direction and meet us. If you meet me halfway. Oh, don't you start. Right, I'm going to come flat there because we've got some work to do up here. Now we're going to come flat to there. I'm going to keep this relatively flat. We've got some beautiful little cheeky tunnel sections there. Oh, wait. You've magnetized and clipped to that bit of road. Has that caused dips? No, actually it hasn't. Now I'm going to see what it's going to take because we've got a lot to marry up with there. Okay, we're clipping. Oh, it's okay. You're going straight across there. What height are you at here? I just need to see this, please. The height you are there is 15 meters. The height you are here is about 19 meters, 10 meters. Right, so we only want to go from about 15. What height are you up here, actually? Please. That's 29 meters. Okay. Let's start just coming down the mountain as she comes. We're looking at about 18 meters there, right? You can see there, 29 down to 18. That's, say, That's a 3.1% grade. Oh, I've lost my grade info. We're going to go to there. What height are you there? You're down to 2 meters there, so you don't need to be that. You just need to be like that now. So this is brilliant. We're actually flattening out already. So the rest should just be a straight plug and play. And that's 12 down into 2. So I think we've gotten ourselves a pretty good grading line here that we're going to manage to get a good click up and down this hill. Not too bad here. It gets a little bit steeper at this section where it's not too bad. It's still got a long length of track to run up to get up to this height. But all in all, pretty happy. Now, we are trying to marry up to here. This one's a little less worrisome because all we're going to do, I'm simply going to go like this and just... The plan originally is to like plug straight to that, right? And that's what you get. You get that. You know, actually, that's 7 million. I wonder if we can build that for cheaper. That's a lot higher than I originally... That's a lot higher than I originally had built in my practice run. But this hasn't changed height. What I need to do is probably... Okay, let's double track this section now. I know I'm moving the camera around a lot. I'm very wary of camera movement and jankiness, so I apologize. I'm going to bring this up now. We're just going to double track this section now. Actually, you know what I am going to do? What we're going to be doing is we're coming out of this area. And we're going to be feeding off this way. And around into this way. Make our approach 60, please. That's going to be our loop in. Okay, loop-de-loop. Right, except this section just here. Just give me a little bit back there, please. I'm just going to do this and make sure it's exposed. Now, with the new beta, you can actually click on the tunnel, and I should have used it so I could show it. I could showcase it for everyone. My apologies. Okay, so we got two sections here that we're going to use for that. Right. The cool thing about this is we actually need to then go, hey, you need to actually go like that. And this bit of track here becomes redundant. But I will have a little runoff section there just in case. Okay, I'll leave that there. All right. Just like a little bumper stopper thing. All right. Okay, got it good. But that's basically run down the hill and into the station. So the coal will have one and the iron will have other. And never shall the two meet in the middle. Fingers crossed. I enjoy Transport Fever too. I was letting people know that I do have a new series going to be starting up very, very soon of Transport Fever 2, and I'm very excited to get back in and do a new series. It's going to be plenty of gameplay, plenty of decorative sort of builds as well. If you familiar with the channel, we will actually do some live stream plays as well, which is quite fun when we do those. So we've got a lot coming up when it comes to Transport Fever on the channel. So I'm super excited to get cracking back into it. Right, so that's going there. We're going to take our split off. I'm going to take it from about here. But I need you to be flat because we don't do derailments, remember? So we're going to go there. I'm going to have you hug like that for me, please. Derailment, see? Derailment. Just try that again for me. Use your M&M key. M&Ms? Oh, I love M&Ms. Don't you? Now, I don't want to be doing that. See, that's the trouble. So I'm just going to plug that. I'm going to plug that. Now, it's because we're running uphill too much here. I don't have enough flat section. So I wonder if there's a way I can just flatten out this little bit of track. Or here's my other options. What we're going to do, we're going to take this track straight over here now to there. Now that is expensive. Yes, but it's necessary. It's even going down slightly. Do you want it to go down slightly before it goes back up? I am actually not too worried that it goes down slightly before it comes back up. Right, now this will be easier bringing these in like this. Because it just will. Because actually, might be easier just to take it from here, yeah? Kind of, sort of. Give me this. I've got a better idea. Have them go like that. Oh, yeah. You aren't a winner there, Ham. Now, if I had the new beta version of the game playing, this would be a heck of a lot easier. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. All right, that's still half decent click around there. And this one's coming downhill anyway, so that makes no difference, right? And then they're joining up into there. That's not a derailment because the tracks, the steel girders are still steel girdering. Yeah, get your mouth around that one. That's an interesting saying. Right, we're going to hug tight to this road. Are we starting to come up slightly there, are we? We're going to need to. That incline is a 46 to 51, so it's not a very steep incline anyway, 46% to 51%. We're only going up 3 meters, but it is a shortish distance that you're going up. Can you actually just give me that? Like that. That's a bit better. Yeah. Okay. That's a bit too tight though. So maybe like to there, please. Okay, so we're aiming for just here. So we are going to have to cross about there, aren't we? I tell you what, why don't you bring that down to there now and just give that a go. See if you can just plug and play that to see what that's going to do. Okay, so what that tells us is we are going from 86 meters to 44 meters. That's a lot. That's coming downhill. That's actually a lot, isn't it? It's coming downhill with a load and it's going up empty. I can flatten this out just here a little bit more. So we can actually pull this back here now that I've got what I want. We can pull that back and I can avoid whatever it is. I think that's going to be better through there. So it's got a slight little thingy, whatever, thingy-me-jiggy-me, but it's better. It's better. It'll be better in the long run. It might cost us a little bit now, but it might not cost us later on when we're trying to... No, that's not right. We're just plowing straight through. The key for this, right, is once we get these in, is going to be able to be turning profit ASAP. Now, what are you looking at there? I want the steel bridge, please. Right, that's going to be cheap. Oh, it's still expensive though, isn't it? Whatever. It's done now. What's done is done. Okay. Come down. And we're just going to come up. When I did the practice, I just threw this in so much easier. That's 2.47 million. I'm just going to do it. Okay. Do it. Stop stuffing around. Let's get it in. We've got to get stuff done. That's our 2 lines. Otherwise, we would be sending this all the way up there as well, and then we would be sending this up here. Not that it's much harder, but we're only utilizing these 2 today, so it's fine. It is what it is. If we use the other two iron and coal mines, we're only going to start cannibalizing our loads for these trains, and you're just doing yourself a disservice. Right, we're going to throw in some signaling. I'm going to have you like that. I'm going to give you one there. I'm going to be putting these all around just so we can get things running freely. Free Willy, yep. We'll even throw one just there, actually. Then what we'll do while the game's running, we'll do our weeding then. Okay, we're going to have signals at fair intervals for these trains to run at a good click so they can pace them, so they can... I don't really like putting signals in tunnels. I probably should. Run those signals. Where do I run those to? There. And then we'll run them at the start here. I don't like them right at the tunnel entrances, but then I can put another couple there. Right. Get it, got it, good. And then we'll actually do them just before the bridge here. Do another set. Oh, here we go. When you're coming back, yeah, I think you wait, buddy. I think you let the iron go because the iron has further to travel and you can get held up just a little bit. Then you're going to go up there. You're going to have to wait anyway, I think. Right, I'm just going to have you there. We are going to need them on this bridge. Otherwise, we're not going to get this paced apart enough. Okay, and then I'm going to have to put some of these in here, right, because we need things flowing. That's a big tunnel, big set of tunnels, so we are going to need to put some signals in them. I don't typically like putting signals in tunnels, but that is what it is. Right, and then over here, we need some more. So you're coming up here, yep, and you can pass through there, and then there'll be one in the station, and then you've got to come out this way. So kind of maybe wait till you're about there. So if another one, if they're starting to ram up, you can't actually leave until there's one, maybe even further down that way, just so we can get that pacing out a little bit further, right? Just in case they start cramming up a little bit. There probably will be less trains on the coal one and one more on that one. We'll see how we go. We've got 13 million to play with. Right. Signals are in. Let's go punch some lines in. Let's go punch these lines in. So we're going to need two lines, right? One of them is going to be a coal line. The other one is going to be an ore line. We're going to call this test 3 amps coal, right? And then I'm going to do the same. We're just going to copy that. And we're going to go line 2. And we're going to do the same here, but with iron. Okay. And there are two lines, right? And so this one here, we're going to add from there. And it should pick up fairly well how we need this to work. All right, we're going to go to there. Right, so bang, it comes around. I'm actually going to put you on number 1, and that's fine. And I'm going to have the iron ore stick in number 2. Right, so iron ore, add station, come here first. Now I'm doing it to come here first for good reason. You'll see why shortly. And then bosh into there. And yes, you've picked slot number 2 for me. And that's working really, really well. Let's go buy some trains, team. So we're actually Ham, you haven't done the last thing, which is what? Which is give a connection from here. We're buying the trains from over here, by the way. We're going to fling them around and send them just up onto here. Actually, you know what you could do? How high are you there off the road? About the same height? Potentially. We're just logging onto that one. Logging onto it, are we? I'm just going to do that. And then I've got to put the whistle in for Stephen. That should not have that. And that's perfect. I just realized I made sure that my little transfer track up here on actually needs to come from this. Whoa. Hey, weeds. I just like to point out the weeds everywhere now because I know that they're hated so much. Weeds. All right, I'm gonna actually make sure that the track can actually get from here over to there because yeah, are we derailing much? Give me a shift N. Give me. There we go. That bit. That's fine. That'll be good. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I realized that our track into here, we wouldn't have got the trains on from the depot. Right, let's do the trains now, and that should be good. Right, where are we buying from? Over here. Over here. Over there. Now, the way we've got to do this, we're going to utilize the 10-wheeler today. Why? I love the 10-wheeler. One of my favorite steam trains of all time in the game. Anyway, of all time, just in the game. This A35, brilliant, right? Really cool. 1,000 kilowatts, brilliant for tractive effort and everything. Well, this one's got actually really good tractive effort of 160 kilonewtons, right? So that's probably, we're going to go this anyway. I'll tell you why. 617 a year as opposed to 339,000 a year, right? So just toss it up. Yeah, it does 100, only 550 kilowatts compared to 1,000, but it'll be fine for what we're doing today, okay? It's going to be fine for what we're doing today. I've built the track designed specifically for a train like this, so it will be fine. I'm going to need 4 of these, all right? And that's $8 million already, right, out of our 13 million. And you're thinking, Ham, how are you going to do this? Quite simply, we're going to go and use, now there's this 8 gondola here. There is a 12 one though now for 20 tons, or this one for 15 tons. Now there's no size restrictions on our trains anymore. What's that get us to? Can we get, that's about it. We can have 2 carriages, 4 trains. Bye. Okay. Bye, Mr. Mary. Anyway, I will be doing some weeding too. Just what we're going to have to do, now I've bought those trains, we're going to have to let the money tick up. Not now. We'll get these trains rolling out of here, right? Not now. But as we're going and the money's producing, we're going to have to keep adding wagons. And obviously, we're going to have to keep adding trains. So I'm going to take you and you. Not going to sell them. Put them on the line, you muppet. And we're going to go that. All right. And then you and you are going to go on test 3. Right. Hit play for me. I'm going to have to do, we're just going to manage the lines here a sec as well as these trains go out. Now this money here, it's going to dip hard very quickly. So I'm going to go, I'm just going to have manage the line. I'm going to keep this here. Just go to turbos, right? We are rolling, mind you. 4th of January already. Oh no, we're going to lose 4th of January. All right. You're that one. So you keep going. I need the next one out though, please. When this gets up, we're going to be putting increments of 4 wagons on each train at a time. I want that, please. Right. Just pause again for me for a second. The managing the lines here, we're going to tell these guys to say, take a full load or any, but wait 90 seconds for your full load. If you don't have a full load by 90 seconds, get out of there. Okay. Quite simply, I'm going to tell these guys they can just do any because they're dropping off, but I'm going to have you holding at 90 seconds as well, just to keep on par pace with the top station. So when we're picking up, 90 seconds. When we're dropping off, 90 seconds. I don't want the trains catching up with each other and causing, all the ore to be taken on one train and then the next train only runs half full. I want to give them the best chance to run with as much as possible while they're going. Okay. We're going to do the same with this one here. I'm just going to say full, if any, and I'll give you the old 90 second as well. The old 90 second hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. Right. Get it. Got it. Good. Okay. The iron ore line's a bit longer. It will probably have maybe slightly bigger trains, even an extra train over the coal one. We'll play with that as we go. We only have 2 years. We do not have long at all. All right. So first things first, we're going to manage these vehicles, right? You and you. See, I can't. What I want to do is I'm going to go the first one first because it's going to land first. It's going to cost another 2.2 million to throw that in. I need you to get to 2.2 million ASAP, please. And we're going to have to keep periodically doing this. Right. And then your buddy is going to have the same. And then we're going to have to do the same for the iron ore. And this is just going to be how we're going to get these out the gate and rolling. Oh, buddy, I need you to get some money, please. In fact, I'd probably be better off. Do you want to switch to that so people aren't blinded by the light? Can you just shove that there? Manage those vehicles. Get that number 1 train because it's going to be landing in first. Come on, money. Money, money, money. Money. Come on. Here we go. Or if we can do this as early as possible, get all this done. So what we're going to have to actually get, we're going to have to, oh, wait, where have we gone? We have to manage our trains, right? First train is getting there now. Second train, I'm going to be pulling up here and just stopping for a sec. Don't let me forget that I've stopped it. You are going to stop there. Right. This train should be the... Where are you, by the way? You should be the first one heading up. Okay, just pause. Little bit of micromanagement here starting out. Right, so you're okay. That train, where are you? You're further back. All right, we're going to have to stop that train. All right. We're just going to have some stuff all over the place at the moment, right, team? When you hit somewhere around here, I'm just going to get you to pull up. When you get somewhere back down here, I'll let this go. Okay, so there goes the first one, off and running. As soon as we get the money back up too, I might throw another 4 wagons on that because the more ore we can get on these trains, the better. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, he's coming up now. Stop. By the way, he's down. I'm going to wait till he's down there, and then you can actually go now. Okay, you're fine. There's going to be plenty on the deck here. There's already 253, so you are fine. When you're doing your loop back, when you've picked up and gone, oh, by the way, you can now have... All right, cool. So you're off and running. You guys should have a fair bit of space. Now, based on the distance, let's zoom out here. Based on the distance between that St. Albans North Station and the coal one is much a shorter run. We'll probably have a maximum of 3 trains. I'm looking at this now. Based on this one here, the trains might be slightly bigger, like a couple of more carriages and maybe even 4 on that one. We'll see how that goes. Or I run 3 with more wagons, which may be even better. So we might just do that. Okay, let's get you back down to about here, that's about halfway then. And then you can go. You're just taking off and your mate should be pulling in very shortly, I would think. Your pal's just about to pull in. Let's see how much that makes. Almost $1 million. So just $956,000 for that load. So that's fine. Okay. You can just wait. Once we get this done, we can just go, hey, bush, off you go. Okay. The cool thing is now we're getting money and we can start just once we get up to about 4 million here. Autosave, it's got my back. You got my back, buddy. Always at the most inconvenient of times. Okay. Train number 2 is going to come in first. So you're going to get 4 more wagons. Now. Okay. I'm going to keep you up. Actually, no. Then we're going to go manage vehicles because train number 1 is going to come back around. This is where it goes. Oh, hang on. Train number 2. Oh my gosh. 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 How do we not have that sorted already? I think. Was that out? No, surely not. Did I run a train that... I'm an idiot. I am a goose. All right. And in fact, which one are you? I'm going to just say, how much can I afford to put on you again now? That's the wrong wagon, Sam. Oh, wait, I need to check. Oh, please tell me I haven't been putting the wrong wagons on. I can get another 3. I can get another 3 at least, all right? Oh, and then we just had a whole... Oh, wait, managed vehicle. We had a whole heap of money hit. Right, so get me another one. And then get me 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the coal train's looking pretty good now. So they've got a capacity of 120. I probably want to go just above 160 for these ones, maybe even a little 180 potentially around that sort of era. I'm thinking, you know, I'm just trying to think ahead here of what we want to do. This is like a mini game. This is like an actual mini game, right? So you're off. I actually want to see how much you make with 168 when you hit in, and then we're gonna have to get your buddy some more wagons as well. And your buddy should be here. Oh, finances wise, he looks like he just made a little bit of a mozza as he dropped in. Right. So what we're going to be working on now is potentially, in fact. Oh, we just had some money there. Let's let the money just save up for a second. While we do that, I'm going to get Steven's ballasting out and just do some weeding. Just while we let the coin just build up here a little bit. I do want to try and get as many wagons and trains on as early as possible. We're already up to May in the first year. All right, I can get train 1 with a couple of more wagons already. 2, 3, 4. That will get them the same. Yes, okay, good. Right. Right, so they're now equal. Let's now do a little bit of this weeding. Just so we can say we've done it. And let the money, we'll just let the money build up just ever so slightly. Right? Because we've just absolutely been hitting the budget hard on it, so it's going to cause a little bit of mishap and mayhem. We'll just let it build up, let things just settle in now, and then we can start getting another couple of trains in as well. We're probably going to need over 10 to 12 million, I'm thinking, for each train. I'll just let that money build up just for a second, okay? Just give the map a bit of a rest. It is making a recovery as well. Okay, we'll just keep doing this. Just keep doing the weeding. Once the weeding's done, we'll go back to looking at it. I don't mind leaving this in here. You've already done your full load, so I missed that. Completely missed it. I was too busy weeding. Which is something I just don't do. You know what I haven't put on either? I haven't put my reversies on. You know why? Because I don't need to put my reversies on because everything's running in one direction. What way do 4 trains run? One direction. Oh, that was a One Direction joke. Okay, shut up, idiot. Right. Do you want to go a couple more wagons on the coal? I do. We need to start ramping this money up. Get a shot of that. Coal, manage vehicles. Hey, buddy. This will probably now max out the capacity for these. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're still at mediocre. 40. What happens if you go 2 more? You know, 180. I'm going to keep you at 180s. All right, cool. So they're done. Next thing we do for the coal is we're going to be adding another train onto it. Why? Because we still have so much on the deck here. Now, we want to check this actually. We want to check here. We want to get this transporting up to about anything above 95% is where that's our target range, 91%. Here, you can see that the consumption is starting to ramp up, right? So we want to absolutely max these consumptions out. We won't get any more consumption. You won't get any more consumption for this until you start dispersing and delivering steel out of here, right? So we're just going to try and max out this mine. All right, 7 million, right. Max, I think we get the vehicle out now. I think we get the vehicle out now for the coal, and then that way it's done. We got a coal one that's going to hit here shortly. I don't know if we do. Oh, here's an iron one. Let's see how much this makes. 3,270,000. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Coal. Manage the vehicles. Oh, la la. Now we're going to have to space that. Right. It's going to come around here. So I'm going to keep an eye on you. And an eye on your buddies, okay? Let's make sure we get you into a nice gap. So you are up here. You're coming down. You are here coming up. You know, these might actually space just perfectly. By the time that gets around here, it's coming through here now. Oh, let's fast. Oh, this is a fast ride. It's coming through here now. At a rapido rate of knots. Then it actually should join in quite a perfect place. And then that's probably it in terms of up our swoopy little swoop. Let's see if it does a whistle. Yay, we did a thing. Bit of wobbly woo, but that's okay. And then that train's coming in, and the other train should be up here already. Sorry about the camera work. Yeah, so that one's leaving, and there's still 270 on the deck. Brilliant. I think that's going to be good for that. We now have 6 million back in here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the next train for the iron ore rolling next. So let's get rid of these trains. Let's get you, buddy. And you. Now, you are which one? You are that one. You're 24. And you're down here just leaving the... No, you're coming into the station. 9 million skajillions. We need probably about 10 million. Once this one hits, I'm thinking, do it. Because it's about 3 million that's popping in. Manage the vehicles. Bang. All right, there we go. Now, these three still need an upgrade in terms of how many... In fact, I'm going to manage that one now. I'm just going to give you a couple of more gondolas. I'm not probably going to go too much more than 200, to be honest. 1, 2... I'm probably just going to leave you at 192. You're still mediocre, which is fine. We don't want to go much more than that. Because your speeds are starting to come down. Ah, damn it. Ah, damn it. I tried to do too much at once. I get knocked down, and then I get up again. But once we get these in, I have a feeling it may be only one more train potentially on the iron ore. Potentially. Right, that's done. Let's see where you are. You are there. Your mate is up here, coming back. You are there, coming down. So I'm actually going to get you to hold. Actually, can you just hold up in this little slip lane for me, please? These two... Yeah, actually, which one are you? Yeah, you're coal. Actually, you'll be right. You just keep going for me now. You should have enough spacing between them. Should is a relative term. Okay. Next thing we have to do, let's just leave those for a second. I think we've got our rates right. So we cross our T's and dot our I's now, right? We've got our rates, our line rates running okay. Seems to be. Finances wise, well, we can't tell what the finance is going to be. So in November 1900, we've pretty much got all our trains out, potentially bar one. Let's just head up here for a second. I want to have a look at this. So we've got a train coming in now. We've got, I just want to leave this. We've got 478 on the deck here. And we've got 261 on the deck here. It tells me that we could probably have one more train on this one. You're at 72%. You're at 90%. Right. Couple of little fine-tune adjustments to these trains. Let's manage those vehicles. I'm thinking one more carriage each. Oh, no, I don't want to. Oh, well, thank gosh I didn't hit that button. I'm thinking one more gondola each takes us to 192 capacity. And I'm thinking that is going to just tip that over the point of what we want to do here with our shipment of 400 and our transportation for those up into that midnight. Oh, there we go, 98%. Okay. I'd say we've got coal running at a good click right now. Here's what I was saying earlier, right? Just FYI, if we were going to take coal from here right now, it would not work. We would only start cannibalizing from this line. These trains would run a third, a half full. And what would happen is, yes, we might deliver the same amount here, but we're not getting, and you can see right here, we are about to max out how much we're bringing to these. And even these guys now, current consumption rate, 396, 394. Oh no, they might be calculated together actually. I think they are calculated together. But it tells me that at 200 a piece, this might actually be 83%. Now, if I had 4 trains slightly shorter, I wonder if I'd get that up to about the 95%. I could run just one more wagon potentially on them. And then that way, paying less. So running 4 trains is always going to cost more. Running one wagon, stop hitting that button, might just be the key, but it might just be the tipping point to saying, hey, we're still mediocre there, and you're at 204 cap. Let's just try this for a sec. Okay, let's try this and see how this goes. I want to keep an eye on that. That's at 90. I want to see if it tips it up just a little bit further. And that way we're probably getting close to what we want to be achieving when it comes to these. And you can see here already, we want to make sure, because if the trains are rolling in, here comes a train now. This one's just left with 192. It tells me that this train might be just a little bit close. I'm just going to get you held up there. We'll come back and check on this shortly. 90%, I'm not too unhappy with 90%. In fact, we probably need to say to these are at 100% transport. We probably need to say to these vehicles here, maybe, buddies, we need to knock a wagon off you, to be honest. And just be taking 180 capacity, okay? Because we run the risk of paying for a wagon that's going to be running empty. So I'm just trying to really... Oh, I didn't mean to let you... Oh, so it's going to wait 9... Oh, actually, you're close. Okay. You pretty much... Okay, you pretty much got what I wanted. All right, I didn't mean to let you run. Which one are you? You're an iron? Okay, team. Before I roll through the second year, we're into February, by the way, so we've got less than a year to go now. Less than a year to go. Let's go ahead and just check the scoreboard here, just see where we're at with our lines. Oh, geez, that hurts. I think mine are hurt. I've got some in here that are hurting too. South Bank, yeah, that's hurting a little bit. But let's just check where our lines are. Ham test coal, test iron. They're running really good. Really good. They're running top 3, top 1 and 2 mostly. Really good to see. That's what we want. It's exactly what we want. Finances wise, looking pretty good there. Oh, no, I don't want that. Give me this line, finances. That's starting to look pretty good now. For trains that are only running one direction, they aren't small lines to begin with. But like I said, this challenge is probably going to be more about balancing the line rates and the line. So we're not going to see how this one goes until about here and see how they're going to average out. But looking like about 7.18 mil after all is said and done. All right, I just want to keep an eye on that. Oh, 203, you're going to be okay. Okay, we're going to be okay at this. How much are you... We're still running at a maximum. It was our last coal train. Okay, it ran full, 2.3 million. The coal doesn't make as much. It's really going to be that fine line of being able to make sure we run full each time and have plenty left for the next train, which we should be going. Oh, I'm nervous about this one, team, because I don't know. Here's the thing you could probably do with this. There's a couple of ways we could probably play this today. We could probably go ahead and run a shipping line down here and transfer to the ships, take the ships down, drop them off, and we're running... That way we're running multiple cha-chings. We could run a hub system where we're transferring from these two down to a centralized hub, cha-ching, cha-ching, and then take the hub down to here, cha-ching, cha-ching. I've gone for the version of take the shortest route mines, send them down, see what we can do by absolutely maximizing our stop and our profit when it comes to these. Come on, get that 204. See, this is where, see how it's waiting? It's waiting to try and get full load or any, and bang. Right, so what we're doing with that is we're telling these trains, you've got 90 seconds to wait, game time, before you head off again. So get as much on board as you can for 90 seconds. Now, the trouble is we've got 32 back there. We need almost 204 per thing. That's telling me that we're probably leaving ourselves a little tight when it comes to the trains having to come up and get their next load. Although, where is the next train on that line? It's you. I'm thinking I'm going to manage that vehicle. I'm going to say to you, just maybe pick up 192 capacity, all right? Now, where are you? You're about to drop in. Once you drop in, I'm going to knock all these back down, okay? I'm going to knock all these ones back down. This is what I mean by fine-tuning as we go. Money's starting to really rickroll in now. Okay. Good, you unload that and off you go. Manage that vehicle. I'm just going to knock a wagon off you. Now, I just want to double check this train coming up in here. How much we got on the deck again now? 177. Right, good. Then you're not gonna be waiting too long. I stuffed up also before when I said that the trains have to wait down there for 90 seconds. They don't. Once they drop, they just leave. So that was my bad. I completely fluffed that comment up. Right, we've still got 27 on the deck here. Where was our first train? You've just dropped in now. 3.971 million though for 204. Makes good money, doesn't it? I'm just going to knock another one off there because I would rather run them full than not full. So 16's where you guys are at too, right? The trains are pretty even for where they're running. Did you pick up a full load? You did. Who are you? You're iron. I think, gang, we're not looking too good. I'm just going to micromanage now until January. I will see you when the countdown is on for December 31st, which is my birthday, by the way. You can wish me happy birthday, but don't because, I mean, we're in September in real life. But I'm going to do the micromanagement thing now. I will see you guys when the countdown is on for the 1st of January into the new year, and we're going to see what we're going to make. Well, here we go, gang. It's do or die now. This is it. There's no more. This is what we've come to. It's December 8th. What happens, happens. I don't know if this load will even make it down there. But we need to try and hopefully we get a couple of more loads just in and paid for and done. Oh, no. Whoa. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Hopefully that iron one makes it in. In fact, we'll ride that iron one because that's going to be worth a little bit more. Come on, buddy. I really stopped you at the wrong point, didn't I? Come on, buddy. You can do it. 20th of December, 21st. It's not going to make it, is it? 22nd. No, we're going to have to pause it on the 1st. It's not going to make it. We'll go down here. We'll just see if there's anything coming in. Oh, something just left anyway. No, that's it. I think we're done. 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st is my birthday. Happy birthday, Ham. And pause. January 1st, 1902. Ham's trains didn't quite make it. He fell short. We in the account, we had 108 million by the end. So good recovery there. All right. Collaborating government's going to love us for that. Holy moly. Before we have a look at our total score, let's just check a couple of things here. So we managed to get that at 100%. I really had to play micromanagement with the coal trains in the end. I actually dropped a couple of more wagons off most of them because I realized, so a couple of things I did with this line. I dropped a couple more wagons off them back down to 156. And I told the line, I had the line probably waiting too long up here. So I shortened it from 90 down to 40. All right. Just to get that rolling a bit more. These ones up here, these trains were running really well. Okay, they sort of were pretty good in terms of the coal, right? 100% still. That's what we want. We want 100% transport. Trains pretty much maxed, going and doing what they've got to do. There's not much more we could do than that. There's definitely other ways you can definitely do this challenge. I'm excited if you guys have done it or you're going to do it, and would love to hear how you get about it. But let's just check a couple of things here with our lines, all right? Finances wise, you can sort of see here we dipped. Here we just started dipping a bit because what I did, I had to start micromanaging and taking a couple of wagons off. So the profit margins, we weren't getting 7.8, we were getting 6.19 because I had to drop a couple of wagons just because of how that went, right? So that's probably where we want to look, right? 1900 to 1901. That's where we want to be looking at that. All right. So that's that. This one here, oh, we had a big peak one there, 11.9 million. We did drop a couple of wagons off these, but we didn't quite get there for our big. We were about to land another 3 million in with that train. If it had have landed, it probably would have come in and got us a little bit more money. But that's okay. I forget where it is. Is it just here? There's another coal train just there and the iron one coming behind it. All right. Anyway, there we're going to come. Scoreboard wise, let's check the scoreboard first. Let's bring the balance up that way up to the top. Scoreboard wise, we did pretty well. All right. Still these West Ham Cambridge ships doing really well. Our test trains were doing really well. Had landed in, that next train landed in, boom, it would have just gone right up again. So look, top 4 in there, not too bad. Happy with that. We do have the coal one on top as well, so that's really good to see that we managed to do that. Not that it means anything. I'm super nervous about this. The big question is now, how much did we make in the headquarters? We can see here. Railroads making pretty good click. We can see here. Oh, gang, ready? Drum roll, please. 436,369,122 is our value. Oh, I just am so worried it's not going to be enough. Oh, it's a lot. That's a lot. We went from 295 to 436, right? I'd say that's a pretty good job, but everyone's game is lifted, okay? Everyone's game is lifted. It's up to the train gods now, team, to see who's going to win this challenge. Who's going to filter out and where we're all going to sort of sit in the order. Good luck to the other contestants. Good luck to everyone watching at home. I hope whoever you're going for, they get the win. And either way, no matter what, no matter who wins, no matter who comes last, it's all fun and games, and we're all enjoying this challenge no matter what. Super. This is a tough challenge for the reasons I said. Easy to build, easy to throw trains on, tough to micromanage and balance your lines to get them profitable and get that iron mine, that steel mine probably maximized, to be honest. All right, a couple of things to take away just before we go. Remember, when you just want to make maximum profit out of a production like this without getting it delivered, you can see here, maximum you're going to get without delivering any product is 200. When you start delivering that product, that 200 cap will increase, okay? Just FYI. Consumption, you can see here, the next load of ore would have done it, but we were pretty good. The consumption we had maxed out, right? Okay, we had it pretty good. We got there. I think we got as close as we probably could. I probably could have just micromanaged things a little bit better with the coal trains, potentially here and there. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's it, gang. Let's do the save file. Let's go test new mods ham finished. Test 3 ham finished. Okay. Saved for Stephen. Or are we saying ham finished? Yeah, sure. Let's just do that. I should have put January 1902. That's it. That's the save file that's going up onto the thing for Stephen to do his magic. Gang, I hope you enjoyed today. I would press play and do a track ride like we always do a track ride in our episodes. I would do it, but we can't. That's all I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you've learned something anyway out of this episode. That's all I can count. I hope you got some entertainment anyway. Please make sure you check out everyone else's SEER episodes in the test match. Make sure you stay up to date with the list and the episodes in between, like the actual builds going on. Last time out, we chucked in, we started doing in these port builds just in here. I started doing that port build. I absolutely fought with this thing here, absolutely had a wrestle. We started getting in the port down over here, ready for all our decorations and and getting things looking nice and Gucci down here for the ports. All right, so that's it. Please stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen for plenty more actions. Please consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing. Hit the bell notification to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest content that's coming out on all of our channels. I've been VanHam. This has been the Cinders Cup, test number 3. Get out of here.